So now, I mean, we were talking off camera about C. Murder's case and what's going on with him, man. You said you had some conversation with C.
Oh man, yeah. I love good documentaries, and I was blessed to be able to talk to Corey. You know, so me and him zoomed, and he wants me to do his documentary, and I think he has a case that's very unfair.
Yeah,
he's been sitting down in Angola for how many years? 20 plus, right?
Yeah,
and it's about jail reform. It's about racism that's happening out there in New Orleans. You know, Jefferson Parish is one of the most racist parishes out there. You know, if you are familiar with Katrina, you're familiar with what was going on when people were just trying to get over there to get food, right?
Yeah.
When they were shooting at them. So talking to C and knowing what he's going through, and he wants to tell about his childhood, his family.
Yeah.
You know, him just staying there, working in hospice, seeing people that he started doing time with just leaving, dying. You know, he said something real deep to me when I was on a Zoom call with him. He said that when he comes home, it's a couple of people he wants to just go exhume out the ground because they're like in Potter's Field, and give them a real burial so they could finally be free.
Yeah.
So I told Corey, I was like, man, I'm gonna do whatever I can to try to make this documentary happen for you.
Exactly. Talking to him though, man, how was his spirits, after all of this time?
Oh man, he's for somebody that's been doing all that time, his spirits are upbeat. He's a fighter. He's never given up.
Yeah.
For me to be in something like that, that's crazy. I mean, he's like living in hell.
Yeah.
He tells me stories about how, people cut their Achilles heel because they don't want to go out and do work.
Crazy.
It's like a modern day plantation out there, and just to see where he's at, and he's been treated unjust. He's, what I really like about the conversation that we had, it's like, I want to show both angles. I want to show the victim as well as myself.
Yeah.
I don't want people to say I'm just begging for their mercy. I'm showing you that I'm really innocent, that I'm not guilty,
Yeah.
And when he said that and speaking to his team, I was like, you know what? The world needs to see this.
Exactly. I mean, when you going into these offices and pitching these different shows and stuff like that, what is that like for you as a black man out here, Markuann?
Yeah, let me tell you something, man. Walking into an office and everybody's looking at you.
Yeah.
They giving you the poker face. It's like walking in and trying to get a second mortgage or a mortgage for your house, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, nobody owes you shit, bro.
That's right.
At all.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people feel like, people owe them shit. Like, you owe me. I'm entitled to get this. I sat down with Forrest on my right-hand side, Chris Brancato, who created the TV series Narcos, Paul Eckstein, R.I.P., the president of ABC Signature, the highest executive under the president, and we were like a war machine.
Yeah.
Jim Atchison, Nina Yang, Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
We were the Avengers, literally.
Exactly.
Walking in like, and we gotta know.
Ooh.
So when somebody tells me they got a project, I'm like, I look at them like, what makes your project so different and so special? I sat down with an Academy Award-winning actor and I was still getting no's. So I'm talking from experience, right? I look at it like this, B-High, right? Mm-hmm. I used to ball.
Yeah.
How many people you think are in the NBA right now?
Probably a few hundred.
450 people.
Yeah.
Right? How many people on the NBA team? 15.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How many people play basketball in college actually make it to the NBA? About 1%.
Yeah.
So these are real dynamics, and these are real numbers. The same thing comes to selling a TV series, right? This is not an easy process. This is not an easy thing. You can have the best thing in the world. At the end of the day, they want to know, what is the ROI? What is my return on investment? You got a great story, well, fuck the story. We want to know what the bottom line is. We want to know how much money we're getting back.
I feel that. So answer me this though, Mark. What about going independent? How does that fare as far as putting out content independently? And then also when you're going for, I guess it would be licensing the content. How would that be?
I mean, first of all, before you go the independent route, you have to find out what studios appreciate that independent model, because there's some studios, they don't want to do licensing deals.
Oh.
Some networks, they don't want to do licensing deals because they want to own your content, right? Outright. So they're like, we're not making any money doing the licensing deals, right? You can have a lot of money, you can have all the money in the world, and some networks just won't do a deal with you because at the end of the day, they want to be invested in it, right?
Yeah.
those deals that you're talking about independently, they're cool. You can do a film. You can run it through the festivals. You can bring it through cons. You can bring it through Sundance. You can bring it through Urban World. You can bring it through ABFF. And hopefully a distributor comes and picks it up. But that's the risk that you're taking by playing with your own money, right? You playing with your own money. So think about playing with your own money and playing with other people's money. You know what I'm saying?
It's two different things.
Two different things, yeah.
What advice do you got for upcoming people that's coming out of college that want to get into film production and stuff like that? What do they need to be doing and what do they need to be thinking about?
I mean, you need to be studying, honing your craft. For real. If you're a filmmaker, I say it all the time. Coming out of college doesn't make you a filmmaker. You got to get in there because there's some people that didn't even go to college that are filmmakers.
Exactly.
Right? You got iPhones right now, iPhone 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever it is, right? You can shoot movies on that, right? College is always a good thing, but just don't look at college as that's the degree for me to enter this business.
Exactly.
And somebody pick me up.
Yeah.
You can become an actor and go to Carnegie Mellon, NYU. You could do all of that stuff, but that doesn't mean that you're going to book a role.
It's not going to guarantee you a spot.
It's not guarantee you booking a role. It's a competitive sport out there.
Exactly.
So, for your audience, the people that want to get into it, learn the lingo, learn the jargon, man. Go get filmmaking for dummies over at Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah.
Go get screenwriting for dummies. Go get acting for dummies. Go to school. Go to college. Do summer stock. Do your local plays.
That's right.
But learn the craft. Don't be put on a set and you look like a deer in headlights.
Ooh. Okay, for you though, Mark, what has been the most difficult thing for you to overcome over these last 4 years of putting out a major television show?
Oh man, me personally is the entitlement people have. They think that they have. A lot of my people that I thought were friends slowly start fading away because when you say no, it's like you're the worst person in the world, right? And you're allowed to say no, right?
Yeah.
And that to me is just been really crazy. People asking you to put them on. I'm like, put you on, man. I owe $2,000 for SAG. Nigga, what you mean put you on, man? You got $3,000 for SAG for me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I appreciate people that go out there and grind and get it going. Don't call me and tell me you got a project and you expect me to do the heavy lifting. You're not my employer and I'm not your employee.
Come on now.
You feel what I'm saying? So I appreciate people who have put projects together and need a little push. When I say a little push, it's like I got my Bible written. I got my first draft done. I got a writer attached to it that's known. I got, not my cousin who can write in the basement and then all of a sudden you go into a room and they like, what has he written? You feel what I'm saying? So dealing with that personally, and then a lot of friends, man. A lot of people say they're your friends and they're not your friends. People are hugging you with a knife behind their back. You think a lot of people are happy for you, and it's no happy. I've dealt with a situation like that. Somebody I grew up with that I thought was a good friend of mine, and it wasn't a good friend of mine. He tried to kind of like soft extort me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like you kind of gotta watch yourself nowadays. It's really kind of lonely when you're successful. That's the truth. I never knew about that until I seen it. I was like, wow, you think people are happy for you and they're really, looking at ulterior motives.